characters. You know, this should either be a really aggressive match or one that, you know, they're going to try and take their time and have some patience with it.
You'll see, like, these guys honestly have one of the coolest sets. Like, they've played probably winners semis and or losers quarters pretty much every week. At least the ones that they're both in attendance. And I love the crash bomb on Toon Link's face. It covers the entirety of his face.
Covers his nose, man, making him look like a giant Pinocchio over here.
Absolutely. And actually last week, I believe the match count was, it went 1-1, and then Muse was in the lead. And then Zurge brought it back with a 2-stock on that game 4. Went to game 5 on Duck Hunt, and then Muse had a stock lead. It was about 190 something to Zurge's 70s or 80s, and until Zurge got his last stock taken, and then he ended up hitting a footstool combo off stage after a couple of neutral air hits, and got a footstool for the kill at about 47 or so, sealing that set from last week. So an absolutely incredible comeback from Zurge last week. But this time around, you know, these guys, honestly, it's a 3-0 either way, or it's going to go to a game 5 in an extremely even way. And right now, it looks like Muse is doing very good, but Zurge is definitely somebody who's very inept to coming back for sure.
And, you know, getting back to the match here, you can see that they're both kind of just going in. You know, they're trying to get themselves set up in a good situation and just trying to go forward. Not trying to commit too much. You know, you don't want anybody getting some bad situations where you get punished for approaching. You know, but both these guys playing very well. They're just trying to look for some openings. You know, Toon is definitely taking it right now.
Yeah, Zurge finding a few key moments where he can get these percentages. It's like interesting that Toon Link's combos are kind of like, they're bread and butter combos, if you will. Whereas for Megaman, they're strings and kind of read-based as well. Read and reactive, and that's something that Zurge is so good about. He has an extremely good pacing game on the whole. And he's trying to cover possible jab lock options with, oh my god. That was an incredible play by both players there.
So one thing I know, just noticed from watching Zurge and playing him before a couple weeks ago, he likes to do this thing where when he gets the lead shield, he'll try and hit you in the air, and it puts you in a tumble state, and then he jabs you with a random hand, basically. And then once he gets you, it's a jab lock into his up tilt, and it's like something really nice. And a lot of times, with just a leaf throw alone, he'll go in and throw it out, because it's safe. By the time the animation ends, that last leaf is covered his.
Yeah, it's ready to hit. It's a constantly active hitbox, so. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't last as long, or you can't act out of it as easily. But it's the tool that gets the jab locks as well as the neutral airs. But man, Muse coming with a commanding lead, sitting at 182 on his first stock.
Megaman had a hard time trying to kill Toon Link. It's mostly due to the fact that Toon Link's weight and Megaman's kind of strings, like you said, is read basis. A lot of times, the heavier the character is, the easier it is to judge the kind of string they can do. And in a scenario where Toon Link is being really light, he just kind of has to go for a Hail Mary kind of read. So
absolutely, yeah, he has the commit, the non-committal options. But Duck Hunt, we're going to it early. We saw this at Game 5 last set between these two players last week, and I'll keep saying that just so you guys don't think it's the previously in this tournament, because it's possible that these two players will see each other again in loser side of the bracket, since this is winner semis best of 5. And those up tilt strings dealing so much damage, and the dog coming into play, extending a bit of extra percentage on Zurge.
See, it's a lot of people don't actually know this, but when you hit the duck, generally the dog will appear right above the duck, and so it was probably good knowledge that Zurge had, or Muse, whoever got the combo, that wherever the duck got hit, that's where the duck comes up.
Or if no duck gets hit as well, it comes out of the middle without fail.
And there's that kind of knowledge that these players are going to use. A good hit like that, Megaman goes in with an up tilt after seeing Toon Link commit like a big up tilt.
And that's a couple of those read-based situations, the strings. I know that down throw forward air isn't confirmed for Megaman, but he was patient enough to react with that back air as well to get that extra 18% where you see him sitting right now.
I know a lot of guys like to complain that there's a lot of 50-50 stuff. They're like, oh, if you didn't do this and you would have died, or if you did do this and you wouldn't have died. But a lot of times people are bad at recognizing that sometimes it's not the 50-50, but it's the reaction of the character.
Absolutely. And you can react to certain ones as well, like you just said. Back there, not quite going to kill. Good DI coming from Zurge. Otherwise, if he was DIing away or down or anything like that, it would have been just gone. 58%. Again, you know, we have a player that's got a lead, but neither player is unfamiliar with getting a comeback. You know, forward smash from Muse can definitely kill towards a particular side of the stage. And sometimes it's interesting. You can see both of these players do the they kind of have habitual things that they'll do when they kind of get pressured or kind of getting mentally exhausted. But I don't see those characteristics coming from either of these players at this moment. There you go, defensive roll. Muse so good about forcing those defensive options from his opponents with his item pressure.
Yeah, a lot of times when walls are set up, people will like to just back away, roll away from the situation. It's really threatening for people. But Muse, being familiar with that sort of pressure, but it's not going to matter because Megaman's going to roll back and up the good option.
Absolutely. These guys, just incredible players, all in all. Really impressed me. But now we don't have Duck. We have modified DSR. So Duck Hunt is not going to be on the table for the following match, assuming Muse gets the win on this one. But we'll see how this game 3 goes here on Town and City. Kills off the top are going to be a little bit more prevalent, noting the ceiling being a little bit lower.
And that's something Megaman is going to have to watch out for. Toon links his bomb and his boomerang confirms to,
up air, yeah.
Those
up air forward
kill diagonally top. So rather than having to DI straight up, he's going to have to DI in and, possibly get down or in and kind of directly in. So he goes more, not necessarily diagonal,
but more towards the lateral blast zone as opposed to vertical, depending where he gets on the bomb, definitely.
And naturally, the direction of the initial hit is going to decide, that he goes to diagonal. DI is really interesting, I guess.
Actually, there's 2 factors. There's his forwarder has what's called the Sakurai angle. If it hits towards the ground or on a grounded opponent, it'll send him more laterally towards the blast zones on the sides. But if it's an aerial one, it'll knock him at a higher angle. So there is that factor to be mindful of. I like the bomb tricks and the boomerang option there, covering multiple options from Zurge and extending extra percentage there, as you can see.
Yeah, one thing you notice that as soon as he pulls a bomb and throws it, he's immediately either pulling another bomb or following up with that bomb. It's something that I think Muse is starting to Zurge is starting to catch up on, and he's letting him, punish him when he's pulling the bomb. As you can see there, he pulled out one of the little razor blades while he threw his boomerang, and it got him in his face, got him pressured.
Yeah, you gotta find your moments. Like in an item-heavy game like this, similar when you have Rob as well, finding the time to pull in your projectile, and which one is gonna win in that particular exchange. And you see the bomb to forward air, definitely gonna be a factor right there, taking Zurge's first stock.
That razor blade was in his hand. He couldn't really do anything else there, so throwing the bomb, his classic item to give him forward air.
Back to even yet again.
Yeah, like you said, one match was demanding, the next one was in the other one's favor, and now here we see the match is just going, here and there. It's anybody's game here.
Oh my God, multi. So kind of playing the strong footsies right now. Both players not being committal, and I don't think Muse was looking to grab that metal blade. I think he was going for an aerial at that point. Oh, there it goes to extend some extra damage. Oh, the hard knuckle. Oh my goodness.
A reach Hail Mary. Little risk by Zurge taking up that last.
Right.
Now, this is best of 3 or 5?
Best of 5, because this is winter semis.
Okay. We're definitely going to see.
Where's my chat at? You guys are seemingly tired right now. All right, so we're into this next match. Game 4 is going the run back from for Town and City. I mean, that was just a really good game. Good kill from Zurge. Like, honestly, that's what happens. Muse can have a strong lead, but Zurge is just so good about choosing his moments to get those kills, and some extreme shield pressure on Zurge right now.
Yeah, Zurge definitely looked at that situation and he said, all right, you know, this is a big risk, but he's already committed to the up B, so I can do what I can. He still has that time where he has to, you know, get up and try to find a punish, so it's safe. Not necessarily safe, but it's an adequate risk for me, you know, to take the stock and potentially take the game.
Yeah, especially if you're sitting from behind. If you can take advantage of that situation, especially knowing how your opponent plays too, which these guys play so frequently in tournament sets, it's unreal. But it looks like Muse, again, is holding this current lead, but can be turned around so easily.
One thing you notice is as soon as he throws the boomerang, that's his cue to throw, you know, grab another bomb, throw it, and grab another bomb. And that's kind of like the cycle. And I think Zurge is trying to figure out, you know, the cycle. You know, when he pulls out that boomerang, that's his time to go in. You know, as soon as that boomerang goes, he's distracted with the bomb. That gives him time to, you know, step on the stage. And I think Zurge is starting to figure this kind of stuff out. These little things, you know, because you can imagine these guys playing forever. They probably have a lot of knowledge of each other.
Absolutely.
In situations like that, you know, sometimes you just forget, you know, you forget that these are the capabilities of your opponent, and once it happens once, you just don't let it happen anymore.
That was actually a really good recovery by Muse. Oh my god. That was incredible play by both players, and a hard knuckle so susceptible to those down aerials, the hard knuckle.
Yeah, it's a hard spot for Muse here because, you know, he has two options. He can either recover far away and risk getting hit by that hard knuckle, or he can risk getting by an untechable back air, you know, if he stands too close to the stage. I mean, all these things are the kind of Muse's, it's Zurge's way of telling Muse, like, hey, mix up your recovery and you're going to get that.
Oh my god, this is a hard spot. There it is, getting close to stage. Definitely a good option there, because if he faded back, that would have definitely been a hard knuckle to the face.
And now Zurge is seeing like, oh, okay, now he's trying to mix it up. Now I have to mix it up too. Is he going to, you know, go for an untechable hit? Is he going to go for the hard knuckle again?
Alright, so it looks like Muse is behind a bit here. And oh my god, that's such a good edge guard. And such good momentum coming from Zurge right now. What can Muse do to find his way in? Oh, the bomb finding his way in. Back throw, or forward throw rather.
It's good, another good recovery option by Muse is that, okay, if it's a 50-50, why don't I change up the way I recover the items up there?
Good DI.
Oh.
Been buffering a roll on quite frequently there. 155 to 56.
Now let's see if Zurge takes advantage of the situation.
Oh, metal blade to grab. That might.
Gonna do it, but the bomb might.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he air dodged as soon as he could.
Woo. Good string there. I think the next forward air, or bomb is forward, or boomerang is forward air, sure to kill. So this is, you know,
kind of getting to that last hit situation.
Yeah, last hit. Who's gonna get that string that they need to get?
Oh my god, the comeback! That was unreal.
The bounce.
Oh my lord.
Bounce on the tumble into bomb, into forward air. Good by Muse. I don't know if you can tell, but every time Muse does something that works, he puts his hand on his chin. Kind of like a true dad. Not really like a true dad. You know, he does it.
Yeah, he's
like,
just,
that works. All right.
Yeah. He also,
do it next time.
yeah, hang on. He'll do the hair motions.
Do the hair. He like starts eating. He's like, it's my protein.
Yeah.
Protein ready.
I don't think there is any protein, but Dreamland, we've seen this game, or this match, quite frequently as well. Game 5 between these two. It's so incredible, this set.
Yeah, I think what Zurge is looking for here is to kind of get the extra room on the top when he gets hit by that forward air. You know, if he gets hit, you know, on the ground, like you said, and he goes lateral, he wants to go directly up, you know, or probably up in diagonal. And, you know, if he gets hit by the one that sends him diagonal, that's more space for him to, you know, live.
Yeah.
You know, this is mixing up the DI game.
Yeah, it doesn't have that low ceiling like Town and City, so I mean, and it also has the platforms which can kind of help Megaman too, because actually against Toon Link, having those platforms kind of interrupt a lot of options that he has. It's not necessarily bad. Oh man, it's not necessarily bad for Toon Link because he can camp underneath those same platforms as well. Man.
And another thing, like you said, you know, when he throws a bomb, when he jumps and throws a bomb, that bomb has a high chance of hitting, you know, the stage, and that leaves Megaman, you know, that's like saying like, hey, this is a free time for me to punish while he pulls another bomb. And he has that security blanket, so to speak, of the platform. It also lets him do stuff like that.
Oh my god! That leaf shield was such an interesting option, and Muse not falling victim to it because he just kept on mashing the up B. Ready for it, not getting gimped, because that can be a really poor situation, because if he drops too low, that goes into a hard knuckle. So I think Muse is recognizing that that's the follow-up that, oh my god, that Zurge is looking for.
Now, Zurge getting a little angsty here. He's trying to go in, trying to get some stuff happening. And
gets punished for it, there you go.
Gets punished for it.
Alright, so Muse sitting ahead. Now this could be similar to last week's match, where Zurge will get, you know, relatively early kill, you know, under 50% on himself, and then kind of bring it back.
Another thing I noticed is Zurge is really approaching a lot with the roll inward. You know, I'm not saying that's a horrible idea, but you know,
at times he gets him punished.
Yeah, you know, because you know, Toon Link's gonna throw a bomb if you're in front of him, and the closer you are to him, you know, the freer that you know that confirm is going to be.
Right. He's playing jump and shoot man right now. He's doing kind of the safer neutral options. He's playing from behind, so he definitely needs to do that.
Definitely looking like an NES character right here.
I like that kind of the bait, if you will. Oh my god. Alright, jumping and shooting, jumping and shooting. Oh man, that was a great wall jump. Oh my goodness.
That's just that confirm he was over 100%, so invincibility was not as much as it usually would be.
But also later get up as well.
Yeah.
You get up slower from
so
that point.
That timing is going to be different, and Zurge recognizing that that was a little too late. He's just going to try it again and see what he can do from there.
The zoning game Muse right now is really strong. I don't know if he wanted that double forward smash. Oh, there he goes with that. Picks up on the timing on the tether. Oh man. Alright, so Zurge fighting for this one. He's sitting at 72%. Good couple of power shields on that. There he goes. Power shields falling in. Oh,
he
fell out.
Muse is going to stays calm and collected. And after he loses that stock, you know, he has time to throw out a couple. You know, a lot of times matches can end pretty quick because, you know, the player
match
is ahead.
invincibility as well, too.
You know, if you're ahead, you know, it's okay to throw out something a little risky because if you win, you know, that's less secrets you have to worry about your opponent learning about you, and that's less time you give them to adapt.
I like how, I don't know if that was intentional, but I like the coverage, because he threw the boomerang one way and threw the bomb the other, covering whichever option that Zurge is going to go for. So 108 to 14, this is still anybody's game. Muse just needs to play it safe and get the, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
Man, oh man. First time